So I find the simpler the arrangement, oftentimes the more feeling you can squeeze out of something. If you have a simple idea, just 2 chords in this case, you can wring an awful lot of feeling out of those 2 chords. Okay, and in this case, they are really pushing and pulling towards the first chord. This is based on Rather Go Blind by Etta James, one of my favourite songs of all time. And if you don't think there's emotion in there, if you don't feel that in your if that doesn't smack you in the feels, I don't know what else does. And a more modern version by Chris Stapleton called Tennessee Whiskey. So the original key for these songs is A major, but we're going to change them to E major because it means that we've got some fingers free to play some phrases and some melodies over the top of the chords. So our first chord is E major, and then it's a version of F sharp minor next. Okay, so over this E major chord, we're going to play a phrase that goes like this. So the first note of that little phrase is the 2nd fret on the A string twice, once on the A string on the 4th fret, 2nd fret on the D string once, 4th fret on the D string once. We're going to take that same exact melody and we're going to use these open strings to play it as well. It's going to be open B string onto the 2nd fret with your pinky onto the B string, and then open E high E string, and then 2nd fret high E string. And here's our F sharp minor. So it does come from this bar chord, but I don't want to play that bar chord because it locks up some of my fingers from being used to play some of these melodies. So we're going to play this mini version of it. Okay, so that's 2nd fret G string, 2nd fret B string, and 2nd fret high E string. The phrase that we're going to look at goes like this. Okay, so we're targeting this 4th fret on the high E string, back to the 2nd fret of the high E string, and then we're going to end on the high open E string. Okay, now you might notice also that I'm playing the bar chord, the mini bar chord, F sharp minor shape, at the same time as playing those notes, and I'm playing it with my ring finger. You can play it with your pinky finger if you want to, if it's easier to stretch. I'm also adding my thumb onto the 2nd fret of the low E string, if you can get your thumb around there, but don't worry too much if you can't. Okay, now I'm not playing that phrase on the F sharp minor exactly the same every time. Vary it a little bit, but it's the same kind of idea every time. So the next little thing we're going to add in is this little move with our E major chord. We're going to place our pinky onto the 2nd fret of the G string and then take it off again. Okay, so we're going. That's the next little phrase that we're going to target. We're also going to move it other places on the fretboard. And at this point, you're going to come down to the B string 9th fret, G string 9th fret, and we're going to move on that B string from the 9th to the 10th. Exactly the same way we did up here, but we're going to play it like this. Okay, and they are the same notes, right? But they're just higher up. Okay, and then in and around that area, we can still play our phrase that we had before on the D and G strings. Okay, and then we're into our E major chord. So very quickly, that is the 9th fret of the D string twice, 11th fret of the D string once, 9th fret on the G string once, 11th fret on the G string once. And then I'm barring this little E major chord. So if you know your minor pentatonic shape, the first box, you can use that on the 9th fret, okay? But C sharp minor pentatonic is the same as E major pentatonic, okay? So we can use those notes to make some of the little phrases in here, okay? So there's one that we could do here, or... So your aim here is to create these melodies. They're similar to each other. Was it Louis Armstrong that says, never play the same thing twice in exactly the same way? Happy playing, happy jamming with those two chords. And I'm going to jam along to some Etta James, because who doesn't love Etta James?